Chumash now for Thursday. I believe it's a short Chumash today. Yeah, very short. Okay, page 37. Chamishi, the fifth Aliyah for 26th of Sivan. So then you go back to Chabad.org daily study, go back to click back, and then you'll see Chumash. Pick the Chumash link, and that's what will be on. Thumbs up, you got that? Yeah? Okay. So we're now on page 37. Ches. Chisasa ben bakar oiloi zavach. When you offer a young bull as a burnt offering or a sacrifice, lafali neder shlomim Hashem, by separating it to fulfill a vow, or by bringing it as a peace offering before Hashem. So we yesterday we said, after the bad news that the Jews are not going to go into the land, and that generation of those that left Egypt are going to die in the desert due to the sins, plural, of the golden calf. That was the final blow, was the sin of the spy, sins of the spies. God, though, wanted to give them a little consolation. By the way, one day your people are going to go in, and I'm going to give you some laws, even though that's now 40 years in the future. I'm going to kind of validate that by saying, like, prove to you or assure you that will happen by giving you laws that will be relevant when you get into the land of Israel, which are the laws of bringing a voluntary offering. So now we're talking about bringing a voluntary peace offering. So it could be a young bull as either a burnt offering or a sacrifice, and you want to make it you're doing it either as a voluntary vow or a thanksgiving offering to God, a peace offering. Test, next to verse 9. Then he who brings the offering shall offer with the young bull a meal offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine quality wheat flour, mixed with balul bashem and chatzin, mixed with oil of half a hin measure of oil. Yud v'yayin takalanes chatzin, and you shall also offer half a hin of wine for a port offering. Yishe reich nechel Hashem, a fire offering to be a pleasing aroma for Hashem. Yud Yishe reich, a fire offering to be a pleasing aroma. Any musaf ela al mincha Hashem. This refers not only to the meal offering and to the oil, but the wine. I'm sorry. When it says you offer wine, and the whole thing is a fire offering. Rashi's just qualifying. Again, every sacrifice, Karban, had 3 elements, or 4. It had, let's say, really 4 elements of what's, that I can think of. But 3 we're talking about here. The animal, and then with the animal is a flour offering, and then along with that is with oil, mixed with oil, and then there's wine. So animal, flour, wine, oil, 4 things. 5th thing is a little bit of salt. We spoke about why every offering had to have all those elements in there. But the point is, out of those elements, only some go on the fire. The wine does not go on the fire. It's poured into these bowls, holes, these drains. But the meat, some of the meat and some of the flour and oil go in the fire. Okay. Yud Aleph. Hello. Sure. Yud Aleph. Kacha Yas. Thus shall be offered lashar echad for each bull, or for each ram, or whether of sheep or of goats. So this is what's done. So because yesterday we talked about when you want to bring a bull or a ram or a lamb or sheep or goats. And then we said today, if you want to bring a young bull. So the summarizing what we just said is what's done. Okay. It says Rashi or for a lamb, bein shubak vasim, whether it's of sheep. Seh, by the way, is a little Hebrew lesson for us. Seh could mean a lamb, as in a baby sheep, or a baby goat, a kid. So seh in English has really 2 words. It can mean lamb or kid goat. and that means both of them. What it means time-wise, what's the age? It means the first 12 months. But a ram means it's 13 months and a day. That's already now a mature sheep or ram.
12 or 13?
12 in the first 12 months is lamb. After 13 months is ram. In the middle, we mentioned the other day, is called a palgas. It's uncertain in its category, so we treat it as a ram. Okay, Yud Beis, Kamispra Asher Tasu. According to the number of animals you offer, Kacha Tasu Le'echad Kimisparim. According to the number of animals you offer, so shall you offer meal offerings and port offerings for each one. So that the number of meal and port offerings is according to the number of animals. So this is yesterday and today is the section about we call the meal and the poured offerings that are accessories to the meat of the sacrifice. You have to bring a certain ratio. We said the ratios, how much wine, oil, and flour, depending on the size of the animal. And so you should do to the number of your offer. Meaning, if you do a few animals that you offer, you got to bring the poured offerings for each one of them. Kimisparim, according to the number of animals. So is the number of poured offerings. Yud Gimel, verse 13. We're on page 38 in the Chayenu. Every native Israelite shall offer these offerings in this way. So as to offer up a fire offering that will be a pleasing aroma for Hashem. So every native Israelite, so native born Jewish, they bring up these things, the fire offerings, the sacrifices are called fire offerings, to be a pleasing aroma for God. Okay, but now it talks about the convert. When if a proselyte, a convert, comes to live with you, or one who's already living among you, there is any time through your generation, he shall offer a fire offering to Hashem. The way you do offer them, he offers them. There's equality. Whether you're a born native Jew or you're a convert, you have once you're Jewish, you got to bring the sacrifices in the exact same prescription. Tesvav 15. The entire congregation, there shall be one uniform law for you and for the proselyte who lives among you. Chukas olam l'dorasechem. It's an everlasting statute throughout your generations. Kachem kager yil l'fnei Hashem. For you, the convert, are the same before God. Rashi, kachem gager, like you, like the convert, meaning just like you, so too is the convert. Same requirements of law. This is the derech lashon ivris. This is the style of the Hebrew language. So we're teaching you a little bit of Hebrew stylistic grammar. Mm-hmm. A kaf and a kaf, like two nouns. When I say kayitzi kapesach David, it's like you're saying like yitzi, like mother, like daughter. I guess similar to that. Like they're the same. It's all different there, but it's that they're compared. Kigan example in Bereshis. We talk about the land of Egypt. Kigan Hashem Keretzan. Egypt was such a lush land. It was like the Garden of Eden, the Garden of God. I mean, just like the Garden of God is so lush, so too is the Garden of Eden, the land of Egypt. As another example is in Malachim 1, Kamaini kamecha ka'ami kamecha. I will be like you, like Rus, the Ger. Interesting. We're talking about a convert. So he gives an example of Rus. Rus says, like you, your people will be like you, like I will be like you. My people will be like your people, meaning will be the same. It's a way of saying these two things are the same. I find it interesting, right, that we're talking in today's Tanya about comparisons, metaphor, and Rashi mentions the idea of comparing